Hello and a warm welcome to all of you. This is a short video that I am making just to put forward my thoughts on Google Ads. I've been doing Google Ads for the last 8 years now. I've handled practically every client or every type of category, and I've been for a long time. I've been a Google partner, but I and a Google certified professional. But I gave up those things because I just thought that those things don't matter that much much as experience matters. So I'll touch upon a lot of things today. Let's see how much I can cram up in this short video. One of the things that people, when they think of getting onto Google, is a website. Naturally, you need a website to get onto Google. But actually, you can get onto Google Ads even with the Google My Business link. Especially if you're going to make a call only ad where a person clicks and he doesn't come to the landing page, but rather the phone number forms on his smartphone panel. So you don't actually need a great landing page to be a part of Google Ads now. Just your Google My Business listing would do. Same way your Amazon listing or any of your listings can also get you onto Google Ads, especially if you're going to make call only ads. Bear in mind that call only ads are expensive. If a search ad in India costs about 20 rupees per click, a call only ad might cost you 75 rupees per click. So it's almost four times the cost. At the same time, call only ads are proving to be very efficient now. So, for example, if you are spending 500 rupees per day, uh, less than $10 a day actually, then you might end up getting, you know, about 15 clicks in that, right? And those 15 clicks might induce something like 7-8 calls. So the click to call ratio is very high at about 50%. Normally, when we talk about search ads, the click to response ratio, because in a search ad, a person clicks and goes to your landing page, and the landing page, he might fill up the form, he might fill up the button which says click to call, he might chat with you, or he might call you. So there are so many options. So there the click to response ratio is something like 5 to 10%. So in call only ads, while the costs can quadruple, which means go up four times, the probability of response also goes up five times. So it's actually a pretty good innovation by Google. It's not innovation now, but only now, the last 3 4 months, I've been noticing that call only ads have become very efficient. The other thing that people get confused about is keywords. So people get into this tangle, long tail keywords, short tail keywords. They think that the longer the keyword, the better it is. My experience has not been that. Let's take an example. Let's say you're a hair transplant company. Now the keyword can be keyword. Remember, it's a keyword, which means whatever searches you are going to target. Ultimately, you are targeting searches which are happening in real time on Google through your keywords. So whatever searches you're going to target are going to be a very close replica of your business. So naturally, if you're a hair transplant company, you would want to target those males, females, kids, old people we don't know, who are searching for hair transplant companies within your defined target. Now, let's say your keyword is hair transplant. It will get you a lot of traffic because it's a very simple one. The simpler the keyword, the higher the quantum of traffic. However, the traffic can also be unregulated and irrelevant. So you need to be working hard to actually put away the irrelevant searches through negative keywords. And that is something I suspect a lot of people don't do or don't want to do. Why? Because it takes time. Because it takes experience to put away just the right searches, or just the to put away the irrelevant searches. Because if you end up blocking too much, your traffic will dry up, and if you let everything come in, then your money will go up in smoke and you will get nothing. So you have to strike a balance here, and that comes with experience. Hair transplant, if it doesn't work for you, you can expand it to three letters. So hair transplant company, hair transplant clinic, hair transplant, this thing. Sometimes I usually use broad match keywords because I'm very obsessed with traffic. So sometimes, let's say for app, one of my clients was into app designing, I'm using four letter keywords. I'm using four letter keywords because there's a lot of irrelevant things that come with 2 letter or 3 letter keywords, so I use 4 letter keywords. In my mind, I am very clear there is nothing called long tail, short tail, this tail, that tail. To my mind, a keyword or a group of keywords is a means to an end, and that end is to get maximum traffic in whatever money you are spending and let that traffic be relevant. So sometimes mostly I use broad match keywords. Sometimes I use what I call broad modified keywords where you can put conditions. For example, there's a dentist and the dentist happens to be in North Delhi, and he says that he is very clear that unless somebody is searching for dentist in North Delhi, let my ad not be shown. If that is the case and your client is very clear about that, then I would use broad modified keywords where I put a condition that unless somebody is typing North Delhi in his or her search, the ad should not be shown. Then whatever be the cost of the click doesn't matter. The cost of the click can be as high as 100 rupees. But ultimately, your ad will be shown only when somebody is fulfilling that condition. So that conditional thing is called broad modified. Then there is phrase match, exact match. The more restrictions you put on your keywords, the less the traffic becomes. It's not a question of that you need 100 clicks in a day. It's not a game of clicks, but you need a certain amount of traffic to get response. It can't be that you just get 2 clicks in a day you get response. It can't be that you just get 5 clicks in a day you get response. No. Very few categories are so niche that they can work with such a low volume of traffic. A lot of categories, including the category that I am in, advertising myself, a PPC or an AdWords expert, you do need a certain quantum of traffic to be able to get the right thing. The third thing in this is the reach. Reach is very important, because if I had to target Delhi, for example, then I always try and target a bigger area of Delhi. Earlier I used to do it. Now Google has taken away the user location tab, unfortunately, so it has become a little complicated. But I use the location settings in a way that allows a person sitting outside but searching for Delhi to also see the ad, because that again boosts my traffic. The more the traffic is boosted, the less the cost per click over a period of time, and that allows you to work with very low budgets. So you can work with a budget of 200 rupees per day. You can work with a budget of 300 rupees per day, which is frankly very little, which is frankly nothing, right? So the last thing in this is when people talk about, geographies, and they say that, you want to target only the US or the UK market or the English speaking market, these markets are terribly expensive, and I suspect that they won't want to contact Indians if the company looks like an Indian company so easily, or unless there's a local phone number given in the website, they won't want to contact you, or unless they feel reasonably assured that this actually is a local company, they would not. So if you want to go outside India, then you better have a large budget, a budget of about 5,000 rupees per day, 2,500 rupees per day, something like that. In India, obviously, the budget is far lower than that. So let me sum up this small video for you. You don't need a landing page, a proper landing page to be on Google Ads, because you can work with your Google My Business link as well. However, if your business demands that you create a search ad, then you need one landing page. Let that landing page have everything that you need, including an inquiry form for a person to inquire with you. Let the inquiry form be a pop-up inquiry form so that he can inquire easily and it sort of follows him. Have a chat mechanism if you can, so that you get the maximum output out of it. Second thing is, let there be no let's be pragmatic towards keywords, and let there be fewer keywords. A lot of people start with 100 keywords. They think number of keywords is equal to somehow the reach. It's not right, because ultimately you can't have so many keywords. If your business is hair transplant, tell me how can you have 100 keywords? You can have hair transplant clinic, hair transplant doctor, hair transplant charges, hair transplant cost, hair transplant company, hair transplant technique, hair transplant IUI. That's it. 10, 12, 13. In my experience, the number of keywords in an ad group should not be more than 5 or 6, and that's quite enough for you to work with. Third, the more the traffic, the lower the cost per click, hence, you can work with lower budgets. Last, put everything in your hands. Do manual bidding so that the system does not run riot. You control the spends, you put away the negative searches, and you control it. So, when I take on a business, then I try and control everything. Thank you very much for listening to me. Have a great day.